Hi. This is strange, isn't it? I don't know why I felt the need to come back. Maybe it's just because of boredom, but I don't know. It felt like I wanted to. For today, since it's my comeback video, I'm not gonna do something very dramatic. Not like shaving off my eyebrows. Hell yeah! Or like going bald or anything. That's my wishes thing. I'm just gonna do like a cute little get ready with me, answer some questions just for fun. And yeah, just give you guys a little update on what I've been doing. My friends already know, obviously. I didn't like disappear off the planet Earth. It was just from YouTube. So maybe have a snack or something and join me while I do this. Let's get into it. Okay, so I am going to start with priming my skin. Elf Poreless Putty Primer. I tend to get quite oily, so I like to put this where my pores become visible the most. I've noticed, like, especially if I wear makeup for like over 4 hours or something, there's certain areas which start to look like the pores get emphasized a lot, and it really doesn't matter how much setting spray or whatever I use. It mostly has to do with priming. So if you guys have the same problem, I would recommend getting a silicone based primer or something like the poreless putty one. They also have a liquid one that I've heard is really good. I've never tried, but I've heard that it's really good. And if you have any more tips and tricks for someone that gets oily, especially like in, I guess this would be the T-zone, but I mostly get it like in these areas. So if you have any tips and tricks for that, do let me know. My cute little mirror that I'll be using, it is a Kuromi mirror that Ahad got for me. So I'm gonna start with my concealers. It's gonna be the Catrice True Skin and the Maybelline Fit Me. I really like this combo, and I just do a little in the inner corners, and then I do a little on the outer, and then I will do some on the bridge of my nose and a little bit on the forehead to here. Yeah, it's gonna be my combo, but I am gonna let the concealer sit a little bit while I do the rest of my face. So we're gonna start with the Easy Blur Foundation by Huda. It gives me the most perfect complexion ever. So I just go in with a couple drops. Out of the nose, two on the forehead. I think with a lot of things, like with TikTok right now, I think if I don't get a return on my investment, so to speak, I tend to get discouraged. So I did think that I was quite good with like consistency, and I didn't think that I thought that I was putting in a lot of effort, and I didn't think that the reward, which should have been the reward, should have been that I just felt good doing it and that I liked doing it. And I didn't think that that was what was happening. I didn't really like it, and I did get exhausted. I am quite a perfectionist, so I do like take a long time to do it because I don't want to just like give a shitty product or like a shitty end result. So I do like to take my time, and I just didn't think that that's how that was going. But I have been doing things. I did graduate from university. So I have my bachelor's degree in journalism and communication now, and I did end up doing a couple internships along the way as well. Currently, I'm working as a freelance journalist. So career-wise, I wouldn't say it's stagnant, but it's also not where I want to be. I do want more for myself, and I think the market here is quite saturated. Hopefully, I say everything happens for a reason, so hopefully I end up with something that I enjoy and that fits me, because I don't want to just sit at home, but I also don't want to go do something that um, doesn't make me happy or doesn't bring me joy, because the whole reason I picked this career is because it's creative and it is something that I really want to do. So if I'm miserable doing this as well, then like then something's wrong, you know? I have expanded a lot on my skill set. I have learned a lot of things, not just in terms of like skills and writing and stuff, but also um I think organization wise, management wise, whatever like experience I do have has taught me a lot of things in a very, very good way. Period. I try to stay positive. There was a time where I did get into a thing of like negativity, and I think that's like the biggest problem for me is once I get into a headspace and I convince myself that it is like the worst it could be, um I don't like it's very hard to get out of that headspace once I'm in that. Even when there are a lot of things that are good and happening in your life, you tend to fixate on the things that are not so good, you know? I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, my friends as well. So there is something in there of like, you know, there's other people that are in the same, like, get in the same headspace about things, and it's not just me that is comforting. That is a big thing. I think I am quite hard on myself. I do get burnt out with that quite quick, which is not a good trait to have. Sorry, I got a little deep there. Okay, so I'm gonna set my face now, and then we're gonna move into some a little more lighthearted category. I'm gonna tell you guys about what my plans are for this channel. Okay, so what am I doing with this comeback? Do I have a plan? Is there specific things that I want to do? And the answer really is no. I think last time I did go into it with a plan of like, oh, I really planned out my videos, like, oh, this is gonna be like the first thing, this is gonna be the second thing. I went in with like a schedule, like this is gonna go up on this day and this time, and you know, I'm gonna do like little teasers or whatever of like, oh, this is coming up next, blah 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 blah, like this is coming up next week, blah blah blah. And I think that is why I put a lot of pressure on myself, and therefore I wasn't happy with like the performance of things. So this time I am not gonna go about it that way. I do have a plan, but it is going to be more so based on like how I feel and what I want to do and the things that I like doing. Stick around and watch the things that you're interested in and you like, and you can skip on the videos that you don't think are suited to you, because I am going to be doing a lot of different kind of genres and a lot of different kinds of videos. It's not going to be just like a makeup thing or like a talky like vlogging thing. I am going to try to mix a lot of things like I did before as well. Yeah, that's my face so far, guys. I don't like doing something overly dramatic, so this is quite literally what my regular face is. I really like that like Sabrina Carpenter kind of cheek. So I do like using a liquid highlighter, and I will take it on my finger like so. I will go on to specific points of the cheek like that while it's still a little bit tacky. As it's drying, I go in with the Urban Decay the Space Cowboy glitter eyeshadow, and this like I just love the finish that this gives. So I really just take it on a fan brush. I will really saturate it. Then I will just do, I don't like fan it. I really just tap it and place it where I want it to be. In person, that just like, it just adds something to the skin that's missing before. And because it was tacky, the glitter specks are gonna stick really well. Anyways, now that we've gotten channel update and like serious life discussions out of the way, I am going to be doing a fun little Q&A just to keep things a little spicy in the video so it's not so serious. These are the two palettes that I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be using the Winx Club ColourPop one and the She Glam Care Bears one. And I don't wanna do anything too dramatic. The first question is, what's the biggest fashion fail you had but pretended it was your aesthetic? Well, it's funny this is the first question because if you ask my friends, I made them do a little like quiz to see who knew me best. And a lot of them submitted this photo.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
Which is rude and disrespectful, but I do agree. I think that is a very bad outfit. In terms of my documented fashion fails, I think that is one of the worst. Okay, so the next question is, which trend are you sick of pretending to like? Okay, so I don't know how popular this is anymore. I used to see it a lot. The laminated fluffy brow looks like shit. I haven't seen one person that looks good on, and I'll tell you why. That just reminds me of like when you lay down your eyebrows before you put on like a brow cover to like erase them completely. If you do drag or like creative looks, you know what I'm talking about. No one's eyebrows should be that flat. Like they should have dimension. You should be able to see them stick out. It looks so weird like on the side profile if my eyebrows were like seamly flowing into my skin and everything else stands out. So like I think that's just stupid. Sorry, it's a bit harsh, but yeah, I just don't think that looks good. Next question. Which of your old videos do you secretly cringe at? So I don't think I'm cringing or disappointed in anything that I've done, but I do think the Big Brother series, it's not cringe, but it is quite awkward because a lot of those people that are in there I'm not friends with anymore. So that could be awkward.
He drowned. And she's bald?
Other than that, I'm pretty proud of everything that I've done. I think everything is a learning experience, and although I might cringe if, like, you know, my friends like to tease me with them and like randomly play like the YouTube videos around me, that's fun. Like that I do cringe at just because I don't like listening to my own voice. Um, which is probably one of the reasons why you guys get videos very late, is because when I'm editing, I hate listening to my own voice. Um, but other than that, I think I'm pretty proud of everything that I have made for this channel. I don't think there's anything that I would just like straight up delete. Okay, next question. Have you ever had a friendship end because of jealousy? I don't know how I can word this without like me looking like a narcissist or that I have like a god complex.
Baby, you can't read the dog.
I'm not jealous of any of my friends. I think jealousy comes from envy, and there's a lot of negative traits that come with jealousy, and I don't feel that way towards any of my friends, past and present. I'm very, very happy for all the things that they've gotten and that they've worked to get. And I'm not really jealous of it. I'm usually like proud of them. I just don't let that bleed into my own friendships. Have you ever cut someone off without explaining why? I have actually. This person that I used to be best friends with, not just friends, I did cut him off.
Snip, snip,
Oh
bitch.
my god!
And I did not explain to him why. I literally, like, I think I just like unfollowed him and blocked him without giving him any explanation whatsoever, and I don't regret that at all. The thing that happened, I felt, was quite disrespectful to me personally, just because it was something that we had spoken about before, and he did go ahead and disrespect me anyway. So I think he deserved it, and I don't think he deserved an explanation. If at one point I feel disrespected or not given the same amount of love or anything that I've given to them, it's very, very easy for me to immediately cut that person off. Okay, so this is from someone from Instagram. I did ask my friends for questions and none of them sent any. So if you're watching this video, I hate you guys, and look at how unsupportive you are because none of you sent me any questions. Someone did send me this question, and he said, do you like to confront someone or run away from a situation? I think if you know me, if you are my friend, I think you can answer for me, but I will answer. Um, I'm confrontational, period. Doesn't matter who it is. I've confronted family members, I've confronted friends, I've confronted professors, I've confronted people that I've worked with. Literally anyone you can mention, I have confronted. I will never run away from an issue. I just don't believe in that. I think it's like pussy shit to do that.
I'm just here to fight.
Like the situation that you've arrived at, whatever the circumstances are, whether you think you're guilty or whatever it is, and you ended up in that situation, you need to address it. I don't think running away solves the problem. I used to do that a lot. I think I used to be like a people pleaser. And I used to like want to be friends with everyone. That got me in a lot of drama that I didn't want to be involved in. And then I didn't like confrontation, so it just messed with my head. And I don't like that shit. I already have a lot of things that go on up here, and I don't need to add to them. What is a rumor about you that is 100% false, but people still believe it. It's one thing that I've heard is that I'm like intimidating and that I look like I would be a bitch. And I am. I have my moments.
She is a bitch. BICTH.
I look forward to getting to know people if the vibes that I get from them are warm and welcoming. If there are things that you are exhibiting that I don't particularly like, then I might give you a nasty look. And I'm aware that I'm not the most approachable in terms of like how I appear in social situations, but I promise I'm really sweet. But I also think that like my bitchiness is never unborn. That's just not in my character to like just pop off on anyone without a reason or anything. Usually if I am popping off on you or I don't like you, probably has a solid reason. Okay, next question. What's a lesson 2024 taught you the hard way? I used to be a firm believer of when someone says something to you, you should take it like at face value and like you really should like not try to overthink things. And you know, if someone's telling you they like you or they hate you or whatever it is, you should believe it and you should stick by it. You shouldn't make up fake scenarios in your head and you know just overthink it and be like, oh no, well they meant this or they said this. No, if what they said they meant. That is how I used to go about it. There have been situations that have happened in the previous year that have taught me that sometimes with people, even if they are telling you one thing and they can repeatedly tell you the same thing, and they can sound so genuine when they say it, they can flip on it like that and they will hold you responsible and they will say you are the stupid one for you know, like affirming it or like they didn't mean it or it was a mistake or something like that. And it's very easy for people to like throw it off like that because for them, their emotions either were not clear or like for them, it was clear. And but the way that they conveyed it was just like not clear, but they don't want to acknowledge that.
GAGGED!
You gotta be cautious. I think everyone says that to me that like I always have my guard up and that's why like I don't like in terms of dating and shit, like I'm just not that kind of person. Okay, so the next question is, who do you think is super overrated right now? I don't think this is particularly controversial. Gracie Abrams. I don't get the hype. I don't get anything actually. I don't see how anything she does is impressive. I don't find her songs particularly inventive or creative. I don't think she's doing or providing anything that isn't already seen and done. If a celebrity had to play you in a movie, who would it be? I think the closest person to my personality, that I think would do a great job, and this is like a massive compliment to them because I try to emit the same aura, is Bretman Rock. I think Bretman Rock would play me perfectly. Him and I have so many things in common. My end goal genuinely is to have the life that he has, where he's just like peacefully living in Hawaii with his animals. Like that is the dream. And now for the final question sent to me by Mr. Zishan. He asks, as a cat owner, have you ever wondered why there's no mouse flavored cat food? You know what, I haven't until you said this. It's interesting because they do like sell mice or whatever as like live feed for snakes, and then they do use them in experiments or anything. So it's not like they're like very protected and they don't want them to like go through the like being in the industry. But maybe it's not like maybe rats and mice in general, I don't think they maybe have the same nutritional value. If I'm giving you like an actual logical answer, they probably don't have the same nutritional benefits as other meat sources. So if you are going out there and buying food for your cat, I don't think anyone would pick mouse or rat. Maybe you're onto something here and maybe you should start it and maybe it might get really popular. And with that, guys, that is the finished look. It's not anything too dramatic. I did do a little sparkles on my eyes and my cheeks are quite pink. But other than that, I don't think I did too much, but this is the finished look. It was fun for me, so I hope it was fun for you guys as well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.